Oh my god, look at this, look at this. Look at this. It's 12:59 right now. Alright, so in 1 minute, something awesome will happen. I will be able to recruit another Prywen from the Honor Points shop. Man, I'm hyped. The countdown begins. Oh, we got there. Whoa. Alright, so here it is. I'll be able to buy the last 2 gifts for this month. So I have 11,000 Honor Points. So just gonna continue buying it to get the last Prywen that I need. Alright, so with that being said, let's head over right here. Legend gifts. Obviously we're gonna select for Prywen, Granhildr, process magic stone, and the last one. Alright, so let's go to the feed system. There we have it. Look at that, 500 processed magic stone. We're gonna go ahead and exchange all the way. 80%, 90, boom, there we go. This means I will have a plus 12 Granhildr. So just need to unlock that Prywen. Use this Prywen right here, enchant that Prywen, get it a plus 3, and boom, there we go, maximum. So what we actually get at plus 12 is just, it's gonna be huge because we're gonna get more HP healing from the amount of incoming damage by 35%, which is quite a lot, it's quite significant. So this should be able to help her survive even more. Alright. Alright, so let's try to showcase some PvP battles with Granhildr plus 12. Okay, so first, of course, there's Lucius, Cecilia. Let's see how do I fare right here. The Gran is plus 8. Oh, Asmode gonna take care of that for me. Alright, Benshina surviving that. Okay, so we have Dalvi and Foxy gonna get distracted for now, maybe. Yes. Foxy, man. Ugh. She's really in a bad spot right now with Banshina and everyone around. I think she really struggles to get rid of all the tanky Merc. I think before this, Foxy was really good with Cowley because you can remove buffs from Cowley to have that taunt. But right now in this state, boom! Whoa! Whoa, Nartas get rid of Gran. But my Benshina survives. Wow. That is insane. That is first-hand insane. Insanity right there. Oh, so because on round 2 I noticed my Raphithia was buffing the front part, so I believe Granhildr did not receive the buffs from Raphithia. So that reduction in incoming damage, that helps a lot. Alright, so we're just left with a Lucius. My god, Taylor was charmed! Alright, so fighting an Angelica user. So, plus 12 Gran is not gonna change a thing about her counters, right? Primarily, I'm talking about Livia. Gran still dies to Livia. That's not going to change at all. In terms of Angelica, I think it's slightly less consistent now. If your Angelica is like low skill level, before this, A plus 3 Angelica can one-shot a plus 8. Basically a plus 8 a Gran, easily. But at a plus 12 Gran, lower skill Angelica is going to struggle. Obviously plus 15 is still going to be able to do it, no problem at all. But I'm more talking about the lower skill Angelica. It's going to be less consistent. Nartus Zboop. Okay, surviving right there. Okay, so I believe this Angelica is going to come in and one-shot me. Plus 12 Angelica. So let's have a look if I am right. Zoof. Alright, so that was enough. So ideally, if I really want to survive Angelica specifically, putting one shield rune on my Gran is probably going to make much more sense. And I might do that in the future, but not right now though. I don't think at the current state I really need to do that. Perhaps once I get my Gran to plus 13 at least, then I might start considering to do that. Alright, so that was a win fortunately. KRJ. Alright, so a question I get from time to time, is it worth recruiting Granhildr? Like as your first devil and things like that. In my opinion, no. Like I've got asked this question like I think at least 20 times by now. Alright, so lots of players just come in and ask, I want to get Granhildr, but I have Nartus currently. Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it. Like, I feel like if you want Granhildr to work really well, you need Raphithia. And it's just my opinion so far, based on my experience fighting lots of the players who just use Gran without using Raphithia. Now, if you don't care about scaling up your Gran, like lots of players, they just have this mindset, oh, I'm just gonna take a Gran, I'm just gonna leave her at plus 3 for the rest of my life. I don't understand the concept and mindset of that. Like, why are you doing that just to counter Nartus? Specifically, maybe you watch my videos or you watch someone else's videos and they tell you, yes, Gran is good in countering Nartus and therefore that's what you plan to do. But I think it's a very bad idea because you are wasting a potential of someone who is like perhaps maybe the second best or even a third best defender in the game right now. Like, even for a long shot, it might be the way for a long time. It's just a waste potential, right? A wasted potential. So I don't think there's a reason for you to recruit a Gran at plus 3, put her in your team just for you to counter Nartus. Like, there's much better units, cheaper units in fact, for you to do that if you're trying to achieve that. Chalkel, you know, you can go for even Belial plus 3 makes more sense at that point if that's what you're trying to go for. You know, Q-Week might be hard for newer players because very rune dependent, but again, it's gonna make much more sense than just recruiting a Gran. Like, I don't see the reason of... Even Banshina makes more sense, right? And Nartus occasionally struggles with Banshina as well. So, do keep that in mind. So, if you really want to recruit a Gran, not because you want a solid defender in your team, but because you want to counter Nartus, there's better options out there right now. Alright, there might be more better options in the future, but I really get it. Glacier is going to come really soon. Plus 15 Glacier is going to be OP. Perhaps might be able to like take on Gran head on in the top ranks for the defender, besides Lucius of course. So that is something that you'll have to consider as well. But for now, I do think that Gran is in a pretty decent spot and she will be for a long time. I don't think she will get outclassed by another taunter. And if you really need to counter Gran, your best way ideally is just to get Angelica or go for Livia. Alright, so Livia is going to be harder to use because if you, especially for a Nartus user, you are going to have Nartus Livia, and then if your Nartus goes first and hit a Gran, your Nartus will die. So Angelica is going to make more sense for being a warrior. Again, it might be inconsistent. It depends on how much buff the Angelica has. That's something that you always have to keep in mind as well. Alright, so with that being said, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know if you guys have encountered any plus 12 and above Granhildr, and what's your strategy in trying to counter her specifically. I don't think Barbara works anymore the higher the skill level goes. Maybe at the plus 10 and below Gran, those can die easily to a Barbara, but once you go high, like plus 13, plus 14, I think Barbara is gonna struggle real hard in getting rid of the Gran. Alright, but again, let me know in the comments below. As always, I'll see you guys again really soon. We're gonna have the global tournament broadcast coming real soon. Stay tuned for that. Have a nice day. Goodbye.